Hey folks, it's Max here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us today with a brand new skin, and you also join us for our IMPACT Wrestling PPV, which is IMPACT Rebellion. It's actually quite a short show. The show itself only takes 3 hours and it is predominantly wrestling matches. Hell, we do have a 30-minute tag team Ironman match. But I do feel it's a big indication of where we're looking to go with the company. And yeah, I'm hoping it leads us on to good things without giving too much away there. But we'll jump straight in, as I say, a very short show, but hopefully one that can be successful and we can continue to grow the company. So here we go, this week's IMPACT Rebellion. So just 11 segments at the Riddle Pace Field, which is basically the area of the, obviously our home region, because obviously we need to try and get to 59 popularity there to get to medium. So we've just decided we'll just abuse shows there and get us to medium so we can get bigger sponsorship, more revenue. We go for the cheap Kurt Angle promo, welcome everybody at the show, etc., just to get the big rating there and to help us on our way. But I just feel like it's just him running through the card and just obviously wishing everybody a good show tonight. I don't want to use the 6 guys in the main event in a kind of hype package, because I felt like that would maybe only get like a 40-50. But Kurt Angle's always going to deliver a great promo, and he would get the crowd rearing and going for what should be a stellar night of Impact Wrestling matches. Opening contest was one with good heat and decent wrestling. Chad Betts defeat Chris Bey in 14:01 with the Grand Amplitude. This was only 46, unfortunately both of these guys don't click together. In hindsight, probably when you've got a high flyer up against a proper technician, that would be the case. So a 48 performance from Chad Betts, he gets the victory over Chris Bey. So Chris, who was hoping to get a one over the new signing, doesn't do so, and Chad Betts even continues his unbeaten run in Impact. Just a regular matchup, but as I say, that's going to really put the show down with that. Moved on to our next matchup, the career versus, well, there isn't anything on the line, it's supposed to be Ace Austin, but the career on the line matchup is a decent matchup. Ace Austin defeats James Storm in 12:21 with the Fold. So a 52, yeah, James Storm in game was going to put his retirement in, so may as well write him off. Ace Austin picks up the victory here, a 56 to the 45 of James Storm. They actually have great chemistry, and it showed in their performances, and happy with that. What I think I might do is, obviously he doesn't retire, I think it's till like the 2nd week of May, so I'm going to have him wrestle again against Ace Austin. Just say we'll give you one more chance at redemption, and just Ace Austin continually beats him down just to get more heat. So we'll probably have that carry on into the tapings before he officially goes to a backstage role, I believe. And then James Storm cuts an emotional promo, just says thanks everyone for their time, it's been a great run. The various times he's been with Impact Wrestling, he was here at the beginning, he's a TNA original, but it's time for this cowboy to walk away. That's a 43 promo. Moving along, we had the X Division Championship on the line, and it was a decent matchup that saw Leo Rush defeat TJP and Rohit Raju in 13:06 when Leo Rush pinned Raju with the Rush Hour. This was the 4th defence of the X Division Championship. Raju the weak link. Obviously we know we're trying to build this division up. Leo Rush can score a 57 being off his game is very encouraging. So obviously shows this particular product does suit him. We need to build up a division, and as I say, these are the very early days of looking to do that. So a good win for Leo Rush here, and he'll remain your X Division champion. Then had the Knockouts Championship on the line, and it was a decent matchup here. They saw Thunder Rosa defeat Deonna Purrazzo in 13:42 by pinfall with La Rosa. Thunder Rosa wins the Impact Knockouts Championship. So I felt like Deonna had a good run, but you know, I just kept using Kimberly as the scapegoat and Deonna was picking up victories, and I felt a wee change here in the division to allow, basically I felt like if you get Deonna as champion, you've obviously got certain people that can chase it. If I put Thunder Rosa in that role, there's plenty of ways we can go going forward, including having Deonna as a chaser. So 53, very happy with that. Again, could probably have main evented. The 49 performance from Rosa and a 54 from Deonna. We then moved on to the matchup for the Impact Tag Team titles, and we had a superb matchup as FTR defeated the Good Brothers in a 30-minute Ironman tag match, in 30 minutes exactly, by 3 falls to 2. FTR win the Impact World Tag titles. I think it'd be quite cool if you could set how many matches how many falls they get. I'd love like a 6-5, you know, like if you remember that. There's been matches, I can't remember off the top of my head, there's been matches that have been like 6-5 in that time frame, so I'd like to do that. But 64 is great, considering both the Good Brothers were off their game, and you feel like if they were on their game, they could have all possibly reached that 60 odd performance. But good stuff from Wheeler and Harwood. Both teams have the tag team specialist. I'm curious that despite us making the story about Doc Gallows' stamina, it didn't punish him for it. So yeah, he was perfectly fine there, was happy to take part in that. And yeah, absolutely delighted with that matchup. Shame it wasn't the main event actually, given that rating. But we have put the world title in that role. We then led on to that matchup between Big Caz and Eric Young, obviously Enzo in the hospital, and it was about to have good heat and decent wrestling, and we had Eric Young defeat Big Caz in a 13:53 by pinfall with a spiked pile driver, following interference from Ken Shamrock. So a 49 here, more on that in a moment. A 52 from Eric Young is good. Caz is okay there, and again they just can't seem to get the babyface victory. And after the matchup, Caz is just decimated by Eric Young, Joe Doring and Ken Shamrock. So a 46, and you're wondering why Ken Shamrock is here lining with them. Violent by design, Ken Shamrock's a violent man. It all connects together, that's the plan we're going for here. But yeah, just looking to really kind of like protect Ken as well. He's 57, so he's not going to be doing long matches. So I feel like putting him with Joe Doring and Eric Young can at least give him a bit more longevity. But a 46 for that beatdown on Big Caz. That led us to our main event matchup for the Impact World title. And it was a good matchup, and we saw Matt Cardona defeat Eddie Edwards, Rich Swann, Pentagon Jr, EC3 and Moose in 22:15 when Matt Cardona pinned EC3 with the Rough Rider. Matt Cardona wins the Impact World Championship. 58. You're probably wondering, what the hell? Why Matt Cardona? So as I said to you when I'd done the last Impact, I wasn't sure who was going to win the title. I thought to myself, back in the old days, like 12 years ago, when maybe not 12 years ago, maybe 11 or 10, but I used to always play like EWR right up until probably 2012, 2013, and I had a great PWG save, and one of my main guys was Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers, and I felt like, well, that was one guy you never expected to win the big one. I got an opportunity to try it with his tag partner a decade down the line. It's a full feel-good story, you feel, that he was never given the opportunity elsewhere, and he's going to try and just prove everybody wrong that he can be the world champion. So he gets his opportunity. You could maybe contrast it similar to him winning the IC title. Nobody expected that at the last minute. He won the belt there. Obviously he lost it the night after, but well, that won't be the case here because we don't have an event tomorrow. But yeah, we just have a bit at the end where it's him celebrating, and it's a 59. But it's never really a guy I'd push normally, but I think it's a real opportunity to just try and create a completely, I don't want to say new star, but just somebody completely different getting a push, which is good with these kind of games. You can kind of do that thing. So overall, there's increased popularity in 56 regions. 56 overall because of the reduction in production values. I will say a lot of companies have been moving their production values here, there and everywhere. So I think the only company that is higher than us, and one is like NXT. So there's no point competing with NXT because obviously WWE can just write that debt off. But every other company's been downgrading, they've been moving stuff around. So we'll stick with this until it really affects us in terms of pop gains. But delighted with that. As I say, short show because it was predominantly matches. But again, they got 30 minutes and they needed a big time for a man match. And you could say I could have put the show longer, but try to keep that a little bit of realism since everything else is being thrown out the window. But we'll jump into the main screen. What I want to try and do is maybe, I was going to delay it to with more money, but I want to try and bring in some like unknown guys, so like people with like next to no popularity within the States. I'll probably turn off restricted areas, because again, people are coming in from everywhere now to wrestle that you wouldn't expect previously, so I think we're going to get rid of that. If we can bring in some cheap people for free and try and push them on going forward. I hope this skin's okay in people's eyes, because this is going to be like about 10-20 videos done by the time this goes live, so expect quite a few like this. Let's have a look. Where are we? Went down really well, was excellent, that's good to see. We've got Axel Dieter Jr. hurt. The Dark Order won the C4. And we have extended the contract. Well, we haven't got him coming in, so don't worry about the spoilers or that. So that's fine. New contract for Jordan Grace, and just even if they want whatever, just giving them that, keeping them happy, and hoping we can afford it in the case there. Sammy Callahan's gone from C4 of his loan period. Cody Deaner will give a new contract too. That's fine. We'll just do that just now. I'm just putting everything as handshake. They'll all make a wee bit more because of the exposure in game, but that's fine. That's fine. Quite happy with the Deaners together. I know they're not in real life anymore. So we had 62,000 people view the show. It made a buy rate of a 0.03. That's not a lot of people at all. Impact did not have great deals in this game, so I think we are going to have to wait a long time before we can change anything. Well, there you go. 7 months for Dish Network, 2 years for Premier Sports, and a year and 7 months there. So quite a long time. So obviously we won't have the money to really put money into Impact Plus at this moment in time. Even the Access deal, all these are going to be lasting for a year and 7 months. So we are, yeah, going to be stuck with them for a while, because we don't have the money to cancel them basically, which is a shame. So financially at the moment we've made 44,000. It does look like it is our best by far, but of course take into account there'll be tax costs and the various other like costs that add up. I think our worker costs will surpass that, because we've got obviously Chad Betts on a written deal, but sponsorships up by a wee bit, ticket sales were up slightly, pay-per-views up slightly, so it's really small gains. But I expect it's probably about the 15,000 mark as we were last month as well, so nothing great. If only it's because of production. If we took away production costs, we'd be sitting at 78,000 per month. But yeah, we're pretty much going to be 110k profit since we started, so not a lot. So let's have a look at the size. Size, you can see there, 42s across the board, 46 in the southeast. It's the southeast we need to particularly worry about, as you can see there when you get to 59. In terms of everywhere being plus 35, it's by a country mile in the USA. It's going to be quite like the AEW save, I'm afraid, once we get to medium. Obviously we'll continue to work on the US, but our deals in India, Oceania, they're going to take a long time. But as I say, the good thing is, when you've got these aims and ambitions, it means that we're in for a long save, and hopefully a lot of fun in the run till then. So cheers for watching. I'm going to go ahead and plan my next month for booking, because obviously the tapings are all back to back, and once we start getting like maybe like 100 or 200,000 profit per month, that's when maybe look to go to 4 separate shows, or even looking at maybe over 1,000 fans per show when it's a bit more financially viable. So cheers for watching, take it easy, good day and good night, and I shall see you for the next episode coming soon. Bye bye.